Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina, Senior Market Strategist, kicking off the afternoon session. Let's go ahead and do a quick edge report before we get into trading the close. Let's start right now with the NASI. This is just a daily chart on the NASDAQ. I just wanted to point out a couple of things here. I added this kind of gray profile here. This is for the month of December. So I wanted to see where price happiness was this month. And you can see it's a decent distribution. I mean, you could say it's Gaussian skewed a little bit, but really nice point of control right almost in the middle, right around that 625 level. And you can see it kind of jives with that ADMA. That ADMA is a little bit above it. It's that gold line right there, but we are dancing above that ADMA. And today was a great candle. I mean, we have this huge wick on the downside. We remember what happened with Oracle last night. And, buyers defended, right? We pushed us all the way back up to this consolidation level that we've been seeing between that point of control. And I'm going to call the top here approximately 793-ish, give or take. But every time we dip down there, buyers are pushing us back up. The anchored VWAP from the highs, forget about it. It's way down below the 21 EMA, way below the 61.8 fib. So that's kind of in the rearview mirror right now. So this is looking stable. November highs are up here, though. And keep in mind, we're still 2.68% off of the highs for the all-time highs here that we saw on the 30th of November. We have this gap here. Remember this gap way back there? Well, guess what? That's the middle of that gap is where that point of control is here as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's my support. That's my support line in the sand right here at 620. We'll see if we hold out or not. Let's shoot over to silver, though. Silver is the story. Remember, there is a micro silver, and that is 1/5 the size, not 1/10 the size, but 1/5 the size of the standard contract here. Here's the standard contract. It's a $25 tick for the standard. We did 122,000 contracts in this market already today, and the micros have done more. They've done 361,000 contracts. Let's go back to the weekly, though, just to really get this in perspective here. Here's January, right here where my crosshairs is, and here's the measurement to where we are from a return point of view, 114.26%. Like I said this morning, have never seen anything like this before. And look at that, moving averages. They're almost going straight up. Let's go back to the daily right now. We did break out of that 123.6% extension line that I drew, and we achieved every single milestone, 138, 150, 161, and 176. I'm gonna have to manufacture some more extension numbers because there's nothing up here. We are just breaking new ground here at 64.22. Astounding. And look at the volume at the bottom here. We went through a lot of these markets the last week and a half have been below that 34 moving average on volume, not silver. This is getting people's attention. So, but be careful. It's a big market. It moves far, and it's a big tick size. Even the micro is a big tick size, right? It's a $5 tick. So be careful there. Have your stops in and all that good stuff. Best practices. Intraday, again, no targets really to think about other than R3, which is rare. Probably not going to happen today. You got that VWAP first and second upper standard deviation band kind of starting to go sideways at this point in the day. So really, we'll see what kind of retracement we can get back down toward the session VWAP, if at all. We do have that volume deficit here between 63.62 and about 63.29. Low vol node. I don't know what the young guys call it. I'm calling it a volume deficit. Let's shoot over to the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been interesting today. Let's go back to the daily first. We'll start with that. Kind of, if you use your imagination, we're almost in some kind of ascending triangle. If you just look where the top of the triangle is, where my crosshairs is up there, around 94,350. I drew a trend line to kind of form the base of it so far. We tapped a couple of swing lows. And right now we're just pinched right between that 8 and 21 EMA. Now note, the 8 is below the 21. So that's important to note. Bear market, not surprised, but no cross. But it is converging. It is getting tighter and tighter. So that's kind of interesting. And as long as we're in that rotation zone, we could have a pop one way or the other. I'm still thinking April lows. I have that. I have that ellipse there. I haven't deleted it yet. Really, I'd like to. We would probably have to get above that June swing low for me to, take this off the table and say forget about the April lows. But it could happen, and that's over 100,000, right? That June swing low kind of area support resistance there. That plum colored rectangle. Intraday. We did have an abrupt turnaround. Now remember, the highs were right off the bat, right? The highs were right off the bat, 92,880-ish, give or take. And we hit rock bottom in the IB low. And but never got to Jack's 3, never got to that 89,000, but we were printing sub 90,000. So I was a little worried for a while because we spent a lot of time below 90,000 and then popped back up above that one day, man, above that VWAP. Now buyers are, feeling a little frisky here, a little bit in charge. This is the 30-minute candle and we had our first close above VWAP at 130. So it kept on going. It kept on going. So now the bulls are in charge here. Call resistance is the next level. Next target for me right above that previous session high. And so call resistance 92,000 on the Bitcoin. We'll see if we could muster up some might to get there. That is this afternoon's Edge Report. And we are ready to trade the close with Joey Morgan and Leo. I'm going to say it, the big cat.
Hey,
What's up,
hey, what's
Jim?
going on? What's going on?
How we doing, fellas?
Pretty good, man. Good to have you guys here.
Oh yeah, it's been a good day. It's been an interesting day.
It
Now,
certainly has. And I'm not surprised. I want to get your opinion on this. I mean, I know in my experience over decades, I never really know what's going to happen between this week and December 31st. Sometimes nothing at all, and sometimes crazy stuff.
yeah.
And
Yep.
I don't have a sense of this year. How about you, Leo? Do you?
No. You know what, Jim? The thing is that as long as the longer I stay in the mindset of I have no idea, the better I trade. That's just a fact.
I like that. Yeah, same way. Same here,
Yeah,
man. Same here.
yeah. Well, you're free of bias then, right?
Yeah.
Let's just get the smoke out, man. How about you, Joy? What are you feeling like for the end of the year here?
I'm gonna be, I mean, just taking it slow, right? Protecting profits, sizing down a little bit the rest of the year because I don't really know what's gonna happen as we get closer to the holiday. As we maybe the volume decreases or maybe we get a end of year spike. Who knows? So I'm gonna be playing the market just day by day and seeing what it gives me. But the overall plan for me is sizing down the rest of the year and just protecting the profits that I've made towards the end of this year, late November, early December as well. So just protecting that and coming to the new year with a fresh start.
I got it. So would you say that you would, in addition to sizing down, Joey, are you kind of the mindset like, all right, I usually have my A setups, but now I'm going to wait for A plus setups.
Yeah, I will. I mean, if I see a setup that I would normally take 10 out of 10 times, I will take that setup, but just like I said, different sizing. I know every trader we all have seasons where we size up, size down, and I was just in a season of where I was sized up, and now I'm kind of getting into the season to where I'm pulling back a little bit, sizing down, and taking the same exact setups I would normally take. Right, nothing changes there. The only thing I'm changing again is that size.
I got it. Leo, same philosophy or no?
Um, I follow a bit of a different approach, but it's probably like by mechanics, similar in the sense that I do what Joey does, but I track it with relative volume, right? So when relative volume is high, and we have tons of activity coming in, then I size down a little bit and adjust my risk. And then when relative volume is really low, I either do one of two things. I don't trade, or I just size up a little bit for some A plus setups and just move on with my day after that. So it's just
I
kind of
got it.
like I'm less interested in trading slow grinding markets and more interested in trading high volume, like today, big ranging moves and I size appropriately the risk in both categories.
I got it. I got it. And we're looking, I think we have your screen up right now. Is it this the Nazi, Leo?
Yes, sir. I was trying to short here at yesterday's mid, yesterday's half back essentially, and we're just kind of grinding through it. So I just cut it for like a 5 or 6 point loss. But um, right now, I don't really have anything that screams at me of a potential trade setup unless we get kind of above overnight high and prior day close area. I think that could be a good resistance area to look for a short. I don't really have a great long idea in any of this mess that we have going on, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I mean, it looks like, if you go to the higher time frame, this we tagged last week's high yesterday, almost to the tick, sold off from it, went to the bottom of the balance area that we have support from last week, and found ourselves some buyers. 3 times it got checked, and we're just kind of moseying up back to higher prices. So that's kind of my assessment here for the day.
Yeah, we took out those 830, was it 8 to 830, somewhere in that time frame highs at this, the 700s, and it was like I didn't expect it, and we're just sitting there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of selling coming through now. But I don't think I'm gonna re-engage in this short again.
Got it.
It's just kind of grinding.
Joey, what are you looking at right now, man?
Yeah, I'm more so waiting for an opportunity to take a decent short here. I don't really like the level up here for longs. I think the longs for me, anyways, is a missed opportunity there. I don't like the level for that. We have IB high sitting at 650. So if I could get a move back down to initial balance high and catch weakness coming back within the range there, that'd be a great short opportunity for me. That'd be an A plus setup for me, catching a move back to and back within that initial balance range.
Okay, but you're gonna wait for a break then.
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see it come back within, right? So
Yeah.
we're trading 700s right now.
Yeah.
If we can get, back into the 640s on the Nasdaq, then I would look for shorts because that would be bringing us back within the initial balance range, and I'd try to catch a retracement if I could, down to either VWAP or a 50% retracement of IB. So anything can happen. Right now, the bulls are moving us higher. We are taking higher pricing, but if selling were to come in, that's what I would look for.
Got it. Awesome. All right. Looks like you guys are ready to go. Appreciate everybody attending NinjaTrader Live today. Whether you're in the chat or not, thank you for being here and being part of our fantastic community. You guys are great. I do want to remind everybody there's a subscription button on the channel. We love subscriptions. We appreciate subscriptions. It helps the network. We are committed to, no commercials, more and more content, expanding hours, additional terrific trading professionals like Joey and Leo. So thank you for hitting that subscribe button up front. I appreciate that. And if you haven't already, consider doing it. It's free. It doesn't cost any money. You just click the mouse. All right. Having said that, I am going to dip in the chat and I am going to wish you guys the best of luck should you place any trades this afternoon.
Thanks, Jim.
Appreciate it, Jim. All right, Leo,
What's up?
what's happening, bro?
Not much. Not much.
I hear you. What's up, chat?
Chat. Jim did fail to mention that it does cost one click of the mouse button to hit that like button. One click.
Yeah. I always say that that thumbs up button is challenging you guys to a thumb war. I mean, it's literally set up perfectly for you guys to have a thumb war with it. So I would recommend having that and winning.
That's a lot in this economy.
Also, chat, here's the thing, bro. You guys gave me so much crap about my background, my chart background last time I was on yesterday, and I changed it just for you guys. Okay.
You
So
did?
now I don't want to hear it. We've gone
You
from
went full green.
we've gone from the gray background to now a darker color background, okay?
Oh, sorry, your chart background.
Yeah, the chart background. Yeah.
So, I mean, it literally took only like 2 weeks to get you to flip to dark mode.
I guess, yeah. I
And
guess. I mean,
Salma is still holding out.
she is, yeah. Yeah. We got to work on that.
We did it, chat. Okay, here's the thing. Anytime Salma is on stream, chat, what are we gonna do? We're gonna tell her to change her background to dark mode.
Yes, it's my world and you're all just living in it.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Holy. Chat, you
We
win this
have
one, bro.
influence.
You win
What?
this one.
Yeah, they do. They do win. I bet
Hey,
she's
what up,
here.
Mario?
I bet she's gonna send me a DM and say she's never gonna move. Kane is still light mode. You know, I think Kane is the most stubborn person I've ever met, and I don't think that he's gonna flip to dark mode anytime soon.
Kane seems like he's pretty set on what he has.
Yeah, Kane's not changing.
No. Well, chat, how are you guys doing today, man? Y'all nice and green today?
A lot of good moves. Joey could use a cool hat. I know, because he's
Dude,
bald.
are we already starting on that, bro? Yesterday, chat was lighting me up, Leo.
Yeah.
Chat was going in on me, dude. Like
What are the levels of RVol you are tracking that keep you out of the markets or in? I use a 10-day relative volume over a 24 hours, so the whole 24-hour period. That's it. So like, and depending on the market you trade. So like NQ, I wrote a long thing on this, but I'll have the production team link you to the article. You can read it. What were you saying, Joey? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, you're good. I was just saying yesterday, I didn't even have an opportunity to say anything on stream before I was already getting made fun of.
Hey, that's how you. That's just the way it works, you know.
It's all good. Redneck says green, green, baby. Holy. Nice work.
Yeah, Norseman is basically right. Over 100 is usually pretty good trading conditions. How do
Mario,
you
you were
balance
green?
back out after a tough day? That's a good question. How do you balance back out after a tough day, Joey?
Like mentally?
Yeah, just trade wise, mentally. I don't know. Like what are the mechanics that you go
Yeah.
through the next day you come back after a rough day?
Yeah. Well, I have things I like to do off the charts, right? And so Um, if I have a tough day trading, big red, small red, whatever, if it's just been a mentally tough day for me, um, I just go hang out with my fam, spend time with my son, my stepdaughter. I'm a gamer too. I like to game a little bit, so I'll do a little bit of that,
What do
and
you
just kind
play?
of reset. I'm a big Call of Duty player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Xbox, PS.
PS.
Throwing
I used to
flashbang.
be I used to be on a PC, um, but
Yeah.
I switched to PlayStation.
I played Battlefield
Mm-hmm. Yep.
until they ruined it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I tried Battlefield. I wasn't a huge fan. What'd you not like about it?
Okay, so the what I do like about or did like about it is they had huge maps.
Yeah.
Um and it wasn't like you were, like Call of Duty, I guess like the criticism that I'd give Call of Duty is just that you feel like you're more or less like locked in a little area, like a little arena, if you will,
Mhm.
and you're just always getting tagged or having to, just like 100% be on guard all the time.
Yeah.
And Battlefield, especially when you played like White Flag, like or Battle the Flag or whatever it's called,
Mhm.
Capture the Flag, there was some strategy to it, and the maps were huge, plus
Yeah.
vehicles, tanks, all kinds of things that you could do.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I tried Battlefield and I just can't get used to. I'm so used to Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is really all I've played, um, as far as like gaming goes. And I don't know, just it's hard for me to switch from it.
Call of Duty reminds me of Northwest Indiana during a hot summer night. Oh boy. Are you from Gary, Indiana by chance?
Mm-mm.
They need to bring back COD DMZ.
I used to. I don't want to say played Call of Duty competitively, but I used to be a competitive player in
It
Call of
sounds like
Duty.
competitive. It sounds like you're trying to say you were competitive.
I was a little bit. I was a streamer. I used to be a Call of Duty streamer back in my hardcore gamer days.
Yeah. Um, there's a daily Battlefield player in here. Zolino SVK.
Mm.
Daily Battlefield. Did they make it better yet? Because when they went from three, I think 3 to 4, I almost feel like they ruined it. Are you contemplating a trade up here? I will take a look at a trade if we can tag overnight high prior to close. That would be a short. For me, I don't really have anything that gets me interested in long or short now that we're above yesterday's mid and just kind of doing this little grind higher. It's just not a great play area for me to put any
Mm.
risk on. Battlefield 6 sucks big time. I'm sticking with 2042. Are we doing Leo? What are we doing today? What I don't Are you meowing? Am I meowing? Are you telling me to meow? I'm not gonna meow, okay? You guys are crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Mario Kart Online is where it's at. All right. XYZ told you to hit me with that? When? When did he do that? I want to know. You won't meow, Leo. I know I won't. You're right. I will not meow. 400 likes and you do a little meow. I'll do a meow for 400 likes.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think
400 likes in the afternoon. I'll do a meow.
chat. You got to run that.
He was roasting me this morning. Holy. I'm going to have a word with him later.
Chat, that's y'all's opportunity, bro. Y'all got to run with it. Hit the like button, like it up.
Let's see, how many do we have currently? That's asking a lot for the afternoon crowd. That's like 90% participation on the like button. I like my odds here.
What are we at? 155? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I need to move things around. Hey, I got some news. You guys want to hear some good news? If you listen to me on Wednesday say that I massively failed a new custom PC build, um, guess what? It's solved. The PC is purring.
Let's go.
And the name of this computer, I did plug the cooler in, and that did solve the problem. But no lights. It's a black. It's a black build with all black parts, so it's going to be called the Black Mamba. That's her name.
I like it. That's pretty solid.
Mhm.
Black Mamba.
LEDs raise your P&L. I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think LEDs make you experience more MAE, which is what we don't want. The PC is purring, unlike me. You are right. Meow. LEDs add about 10 frames per second? No way. Austin, you're lying. If that's you. Not the Black Panther? No. The Black Mambus. Oh, that's a dad joke and a PC joke all at once. The Shadow. Check my levels. This may help. Do you want to share them? I've made custom build back in August. Everything is top of the market except for GPU, and it was 3K. That's a great price. I went with the 5080. I didn't get the 5090.
Man, y'all are making me want to go back to getting a PC.
What do you have?
I want a Mac Studio.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, listen, the Mac Studio
I
is
knew.
pretty
Hey, chat. I knew there was something about Joey. It's the Mac.
Mac Studios are nice, bro. Come on now.
DDR5 is overpriced because it's in high demand. That's simple economics there at play. RAM is, you got to pay for the RAM right now. Nobody's perfect. Hey, that's right. That's what I tell my wife every day. I'm like, nobody's perfect.
Oh god.
It's fine. It's an auction. Price is driving RAM price up, and until there's a seller. Joey, what platform are you trading on, brother?
Tradeovate.
TradeView?
Yeah, I use TradingView for charting, Tradeovate for execution.
Do you just so you have TradingView chart? Do you just make enough window room for like a TradingView DOM or TradeOvate DOM, or do you just flip over to TradeOvate completely?
I can just flip over to Tradeovate pretty
Okay,
easily.
gotcha. Yeah.
One little click.
Right. Hey man, if they had RAM futures, it'd probably be limit up every day for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it is web-based. I use the web-based Tradeovate platform.
Do you guys want to make a market for RAM futures?
I think we should.
Joy of music. You're not going to get that answer here, brother. The answer will not be answered here. I feel like that's something that you would ask those people. You know? You can use my living room as a pit to make your trades. Should we all go to where did that let's all go to Reach Jeff's house and use his living room for a pit. The outrageous transaction fees. Hey, don't worry, we're used to that.
NASDAQ trying to get under 700s.
A little, I don't know. If we get below this volume node into those 89s, I could see a short. I could see re-engaging in a short. I don't know. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can kind of get a little more clarity here. I tried to zoom out. I mean, there's so much price action today.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might jump into it. If we're about to lose this volume node, we could make a trip.
Yeah, it's
It's
looking
pretty
pretty
risky. Honestly, it's like a C trade, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you could have a decent stop.
Okay, chat. Should we short this right at here at Prior Day Mid? I'll put one contract on, micros only, because I'm gonna let you tell me where to put my stop. Do the right thing, chat. Full port, no.
Redneck says full port it, baby. Holy.
No.
Oh no.
No, yeah, they're hungry. Let it run. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like give yourself enough pause before you initiate a trade, and look,
Runs
would
it
have been
back
a
above
bad
700.
would have been a bad idea.
That's like immediate drawdown. It's one of those trades where you enter it and you're just automatically in drawdown.
Yeah, it's like having RGBs in your case.
It might be asking for a lot. I really want to see NASDAQ below IB high before I engage in a short.
The great blue line of resistance. Where's the blue line?
I think it's so I think this is a joke that we have, and he's from my community.
Oh,
This is
okay,
a
okay,
joke
I
that we
gotcha.
have. It's the blue line algo. When you enter a position, on Tradeovate, it's the blue line that shows your entry,
Yeah,
and it either acts as major support or resistance depending on what side of the trade you're
that's
on.
so real. That's so real. It held prior week value area high to the tick. Did it really? You sure? Prior week value area high. No, we were inside of value area earlier today. What you're talking about ES or NQ? Just now. Oh, okay. Never mind. This
Am I looking for
85.
660s or 650s for shorts? Probably if I get like 640s, honestly. Well, if prices come out at 640s and then retest IB high, which is at 650, and we reject it, then that would be an A plus plus for a short setup for me. So that's what I'd be looking for. Go ahead and let's just go ahead and like break IB high, get in within the range, and then retest it and catch weakness off of it. That would be ideal. That's like perfect world scenario.
I see what you guys are saying because I loaded the weekly. We just touched last week's value area high. Almost got there. Need some slow jazz music playing to Leo's voice. I don't know. Is that a compliment? I don't think so. Reverse. I mean, would you call this a reversal? 20 points, 30 points?
Mm.
Is that a reversal? There is some VWAP indicator on Ninja. Yes, there is. The order flow package that they have does have a VWAP indicator. It sounds like a compliment. Weekly MGI.
Do you ever add to losers? That's a good question. I think there's scenarios where I do. But generally I tend to stray away from it. It has to be something very specific for me to add to a loser.
Do you guys want to have a conversation about this right now? We got 1 hour. You ready?
Conversation about what?
Adding to trades.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I love those types of combos.
Okay. What is the most famous meme that's posted all over Twitter on this topic? Paul Tudor Jones. What's it say? Losers average losers.
Yep.
Losers average losers. Or something like that.
I like that.
That is, I think, the most misunderstood and misrepresented comment and belief in the trading world. The idea is true that once you have put a full-size position on, adding to that trade is likely an incredibly bad idea.
Yep.
So I'll give you a scenario. Let's just pretend that we put a full-size position on right here at 7-Eleven, right? This is a one execution, one fill. You take the trade and you have your take profits and your stop loss already sorted out as you're working through, putting that trade on. Damn. Joey, if this looks like a spicy trade for you, you can just tell me to shut up.
Yeah. No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so this, it is getting spicy.
Yeah, there's some movement coming through.
Just put it right back up. Okay. Let's just say for argument's sake that I am this dot represents my position size. I wish I could use like numbers. That would be cool. So like, let's just say I'm a 5-lot trader and I use all in, all out, right? I put 5 lots on, that's my trade. And then, whatever take profit scheme I have and my stop loss I have is set. That's one way to execute a trade. Now, the fallback, the razor's edge that you live on here is that you have one opportunity to enter your trade. In this case, it's 7-Eleven. And I didn't pick that number on purpose, but 7-Eleven, right? You cannot do anything after you're filled on that trade. In theory, right? Like you would enter the trade. You have to be very precise with that entry. If you have a level system or whatever you use to execute a position, your trade is one entry. Now, if you have a strategy where you are able to add to a position, say you could add to a winning trade, then let's just say here in this case, the possible things you could do would be enter one execution, and then you could enter another execution, but your second execution is always going to be in, in favor of, right? As the price, like, let's just pretend I'm short here. I'm short 7-Eleven. I'm going to add to it as the trade starts working. So, just for argument's sake, we'll just say I've added here at 700. So that's I've never adding to a losing trade. I'm only adding to winning trades in this sequence. And, I'm looking for those positions to be added as the market goes in the favor of the position. So that is adding to a winning trade, but your initial entry, you never adjust your initial entry. Alternatively, as opposed to scenario 1, let's then discuss the alternative arrangement, which is something like this. Let's say you have this area of interest. Okay. So for me, we all have horizontal lines on our chart, right? You have Joey's got the initial balance, high and low and mid. I've got other things like MGI and some other stuff. A lot of people mistakenly look at these levels and play them to the tick, to the level. I don't really treat them that way. I treat them as a range. So what I would look at prior day mid here would be, okay, here's the range of which, below it and above it, which the idea of being short around this area is it's essentially the same trade. You're just realizing that not every trade that you take is going to be to the tick. So you guys have all heard of my OR mid trade. I don't take just the 606 long here, or short or whatever, and to the tick. I work a range. So what I can do, because I've realized that nobody is going to be perfect on their entries or perfect on their exits, that's just the fact of life, is you can say in this zone, you have an execution zone of where you can initiate your trading. Now, if I enter my first trade here and I still have 10 points in this zone, let's say I put 2 on and I'm watching to see what happens. My full position size could be 5 lots, but I put 2 on. I want to see what happens. We get up here to the top of my range and I'm seeing some selling come in right here. Maybe then I would go, I'm going to add 2 more. So now I'm in 4. And then we get into this range and I'm okay. I like this trade. I'm going to go ahead and get full size. And so you add to the trade here a 1 lot. So at this point, you're in a 5 lot trade and your max size. At this point, when you're in your maximum size position, if you add to this against your entry, I think that's a huge mistake. And that's where that saying, losers add to losers, is correct. However, just because I started a trade here and added to it here, that is not the same thing. This is a range of execution that I've allowed myself. Because everyone should understand that nothing that you have from a level standpoint is ever going to execute perfectly at that level. So the net is, whether you want to execute in a single click and be okay with having kind of to have a perfect entry, or whether you want to execute in a zone, you ultimately have the same thing that you should stick by 100% of the time, which is you should never add to a position, especially you should never add to a losing position for sure if you're already in a full size risk situation.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think you nailed it like literally on the head. Um, Basically my thoughts exactly there. Like I have an area where I like to add, but as you mentioned, if I'm full sized already, I'm not adding to any losing position.
Yeah.
But if I'm building out a position where maybe I start on smaller size, and my in price is respecting levels that I have marked, that's when I would add, even if I am in drawdown a little bit.
Yeah.
But if it breaks above or below, or just say it breaks out of the range that I have marked as a stop loss, at that point, I'm not adding to my position in that scenario, or am I adding if I'm already full sized?
Yeah.
No. Great, dude. That was a great explanation. I think you nailed it on the head there.
I appreciate that. There's a huge difference between planned areas of interest that have execution and just straight up, trying to add into a losing trade just so you can get out break even.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally different. Use scalp with tight stops so don't have to think about it. I hate thinking. I hate thinking too. No. And when I'm trading, I don't really want to think. I just want to execute.
It's blindly adding to your positions like that, Chad, that'll get you in a world of trouble.
Every time I've been in a world of pain, it's been as a result of something like that.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing is, chat, here's where most people battle this. And if you want to go even deeper on that, um, a lot of as humans, like we're naturally wired to not want to be wrong. Like the psychology, the wiring of us being human is we hate being wrong. And your brain tries to protect you um, from stressful situations, and so it automatically you resort to taking actions to try to make things easier on you or easier on your trading, right? And so if you can, if people start adding blindly into positions just to raise that average entry point because they have a good feeling that price is going to come back down to their average entry to get out for break even, that's your brain trying to, um, in a sense, I would say protect you. It's because it's an easy decision to make, right? The hard decision, the stressful decision is to go ahead and take out the trade for a loss, right? That's the hard decision. And so, and just kind of tying that back again, as humans, we're naturally wired to not want to be wrong. And so, you know, reversing that and trying to think a little bit differently, sometimes you have to go against the grain of how we're wired as like humans. You know what I mean? And that's the tough thing there.
We are wired to minimize pain. That's 100% right.
Yep. And you will try to find ways to minimize it if you can. And minimizing it does mean adding to a loser when you know you shouldn't, because you're looking to raise that average entry price.
Yep. That lizard brain will get you every time.
Mhm.
What is prior day mid? Basically, if you just look at the prior day's range and just put the mark the middle of it, that'd be prior day mid. So the 50% between the high and the low, just half of the range. I appreciate that, Caleb. Thank you. Maybe that earned some likes.
Yeah, chat. We still have quite a few likes to get
Got a
into
ways to
meow.
go to get to 400, but the march continues. The march continues.
Leo, we getting some selling here, dude? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean they're selling it for sure. I don't know. It's just like Are we likely to break away from this and kind of return back to the mean here? That seems to be the mode of the day, but it's just so grindy that, and we're kind of building a little volume node here. What I will do if this happens, let's see. Okay, so got this box. Clearly see a little bit of a range forming with some volume. We would have to break this to the, like, we'd have to break it and then come back and back test these 90s. So
Yeah.
if we break this range and give us a little pullback to get short against this volume build, then I would take a short in that case.
Well, there goes the 90s.
I won't take it on a momentum break because look how many times we've tested it and it's just returned.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking it off the first break, I think is a little risky.
Yeah.
Just like now, it's like it broke the 90s and then just
Like,
pops back above.
yep.
It's like again, immediate drawdown.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, wait for a little bit more of that confirmation, you know.
Is that a balance zone indicator? No, it's just a rectangle. I just drew the rectangle from Ninja, just a rectangle tool.
It wouldn't surprise me to see, I mean, since the market was, pretty balanced majority of the day, a lot of ups and downs, just kind of playing within the initial balance range.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me to see us navigate back towards it, considering
Yeah, for sure.
how much time we spent inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is Job's favorite profile. It's pretty Gaussian. There's a little bit of a note up here. But, Job, if you need to go to the hospital because it's been 4 hours, go ahead. He loves it. He loves himself a Gaussian distribution. Speak dirty to me.
Hey, talk dirty to me.
There we go. That one where he said, "I'm from that place" is my favorite.
I am from that place where they have tacos.
There's such
Holy.
some great clips. Yeah, with the alerts going on in the background. It's totally Chris. He's got all those trading view alerts going on. What are some of your strategies for managing tilt or drawdown? One of the best things that I ever did from that standpoint is just like, I've been on tilt. I've traded out of anger. I've traded out of frustration. I've traded out of desperation. I've done all of the things that any of the books talk about, probably. What's the number one thing that's helped me every time is stopping myself in that moment and just turning off the charts. It's literally just have to be like, I'm actually just disinterested in trading. Like, at this point, I'm not reading the market right. You have to have the self-awareness to admit it. But when you do, and you do it enough times, it just becomes a new muscle memory that you create. And you just go, this is not interesting. It's almost like you have to recognize that you're not really aligned with the market, and it should just be less interesting for you to go do something else.
Let's go even deeper on that real quick, because I feel like, because a lot of people do struggle with tilt, but and like the answer is always like you have to just get to a point of walking away. How do you get to that point of walking away though? Right? So like how did you train your brain to be like, you know what? Obviously I'm tilting. Like I know I should walk away, but how did you train yourself to actually act on that?
It's everyone, I don't care who you are, in the heat of the moment, when you're tilting. There's no question about it. You know what's going on. The thing is that you refuse in one hand to believe it and to take action on it when you continue to trade. And if you do that enough times and you go through the pain that that causes, because you know that causes a lot of pain, every once in a while you'll pull yourself out of a hole, and that causes enough of a reward response where it kind of helps you do it again, so to speak. But after a while, after enough times and going through the pain cave, you will just, if you can be honest with yourself in the heat of the moment, go, you know what? I need to shut it down for the day. And nothing else is going to help you more than just being honest and truthful with yourself. If you're always on tilt, is it still tilt? If I say to myself, I am tilting, but continue to trade, it's all you have to do is just make that connection from I am tilting to I'm tilting, I need to shut down. And the more you do that, the less of a hesitation you're going to have to just shutting it down. Because what does shutting it down mean? It means you lost. You were wrong. You have to take the L, right? Yeah, you've got to take the L, like for the day. You're done. Shutting it down means I broke my computer. Right. So like there's meaning behind you actually turning off your trading program and doing something else.
Yeah.
And that means you're quitting, you know, you lost, you're admitting defeat. Nobody wants to lose, as we talked about earlier. It's a hard thing to do. We're getting a little bit of a break now.
Yeah, we are.
See, now we built some volume up here. I'd want to see just a little more aggressive push lower. And now if we get a pullback, I would scale into these 90s against like 95, 97, kind of use this little range right here and just have my out be the like 07, 05. But it may not. It may just go. A lot of times these late day reversals, they really don't come back. They just kind of go to the point and liquidate or
quick.
rally. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, to add to what I know we're watching for a potential trade here, but just to add to what you were saying there, and to also to answer the question for you as well in the chat. For me, so I've become real big on psychology of trading. Like I love technicals, I love the execution side of things, but I've really, it's like I would say over the past year or so, I've really, dove into the psychology of things behind trading. And to be honest, if I were to go back to school, like I think I would probably go back for a psychology degree just to have it, because I enjoy that side of things. But for me, and Leo, you kind of hit on this too, is if you are on tilt and you are losing, you're having a bad day and you're red, and you just start tilt trading and it works for you, you do create that reward response, kind of like what you said, Leo. Like you train your brain to think that it works every time, and it doesn't. It's not going to work. And the time that it doesn't work is going to be horrible for your account and your trading, and also your mental. And so realizing that, because every trader's gone through, like Leo's been through it, I've been through, we've all been through the tilt days and tilt moments to where we've traded.
I still have them. I'm still just like I still have my days.
No trade. We're all human, chat. Like even the best traders are not immune to those emotions, right? And it's understanding that you don't want to train yourself to be rewarded in that way, right? You have to, like, for me, I don't want to train myself to think, oh, Well, if I'm on a tilt day or if I'm having a bad day and a mega red day, I don't want to make myself think that I can do it every time and dig out of a hole every time, because the times that I have tried that and it didn't work, it hurt bad. Like it hurt the account bad. And I don't want to go down that road again, right? You get slapped in the face enough times by doing one action. Eventually you don't do that action again. Right. And so that was really it for me, is like I walked the path and sometimes I still struggle with those emotions, like every trader does, just being human. But you learn to avoid the actions that constantly slapped you, right? And I think for me that was that's what's helped me avoid tilt trading the most, was having been there plenty of times and it failed. Right. So it's
Yeah.
just the psychology part of it, man. Like it feels good. It's a dopamine hit essentially. Like when you do have those big red days and it works for you, when you try to get it back and you get it back and then you even make money, right? Forget being break even. You make money after being red on the day. And that just really gives you that big dopamine hit. And again, makes you think it works every time. And it's a bad way to think.
And that's also very outcome focused, right?
Yeah.
Which, Carlos pointed out. It's like, to be, do you want to be outcome focused or process focused? Obviously, everyone's going to say, I want to be process focused,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you have to trade like it.
Yeah. 100%.
You
Yeah.
have to trade like you want to be process focused, because a lot of you, and me too, fall into the trap of being outcome focused. At this
Yeah.
trade, I want this trade to work. I want this day to be P&L. I want this week's goal, profits to be this. All of those goals are great, but it's um, very it's goal oriented, not process oriented.
Mhm.
And the interesting thing is, like, in every other aspect of your life, goal oriented approaches, the end in mind, all of that stuff, that's a great way, to live your life and have success. That doesn't really work in trading.
Yeah. Also, too, chat, like, and this might hit home for some of you. You know, on those tilt days, a lot of people will resort to the very surface level answer of it, and that's discipline, right? I think discipline, like having the discipline to quit, I think that's very surface level. Um, Again, I think it can go much deeper than just discipline issues. I think what majority of the time it comes down to is an identity issue, right? When you are having those big red days and you can't just come face to face with it, is that a discipline problem or is that an identity problem, right? When you're emotionally and mentally not equipped to face that red day, I think that comes down to a identity thing. And when you fix that one part of yourself as a trader, and I'm talking about in trading, not like in general, right? But in trading, if you can fix that one part of your identity in trading, I think that's when the discipline actually follows, right? Because you can say you have discipline, right? But if you aren't equipped as a person to accept a red day, then discipline isn't going to follow, right? So then therefore it's not really a discipline issue. It's a you issue, right? It's an identity thing. So you fix the identity part of that, and then the discipline follows behind it. So I think it can go a lot deeper than what most would talk about.
Yeah, agreed. It's a good conversation always. I think it's important for people to understand that, like, trading involves being discretionary. Trading involves the human level. And
Yeah.
you're not going to get through any trading journey without going through the valleys and the mountains of your emotions, and that, as much as I've made fun of trading psychology people on the internet, um, I also respect and do give a lot of weight to the fact that that's also part of, being successful in trading, is working on your mental game.
100%.
The issue that I have with some of the trading psychology people is that, um, some of them don't ever leave you with anything that's super actionable.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's always a very laissez-faire. There's really nothing hard that you can work on. And I think one of my favorites, you know, he's been on here, and I think still is. Drawing a blank on his name. Dang. It's like one of my favorite books. But he uses the Jared Tendler. Yeah, exactly. The inchworm concept, something that I latched onto really hard. It's like you have your A person, like your A trader, B trader, C trader,
Mhm.
and you calculate, you box each of those aspects about yourself, like when you're in your A game, B game, C game. And as you get better, your B game becomes part of your A game, your C game becomes part of your B game, and now you have a new C game. That's it's a better C game than your old C game. So like you're inching your way forward in progress.
Sure.
That was really helpful for me, just to put it into a, like, bucketize your performance. And then how do you actually make it better is by focusing on one thing at a time. And that insurance concept really helped me out.
Nice. P. Aw, hope that's your name right. Appreciate you. Thank you. Also, I saw your question about the accounts. I mainly trade a personal account. I do have prop account. I do trade with Tradeify as a prop, but I mainly my big focus is a personal account.
Would be beneficial if you enter your trade and set targets and walked off and came back. I find myself screwing things up by over staring at the screen. If that's something that you have a hard time with, then 100%. I would encourage and recommend that to everyone, because that also does, and that has its own little nuance challenges inside of itself. Putting a trade on, putting your stop loss on, putting your take profits on, and just letting the trade work. Even if you're not going to do that 100% of the time, I think everybody should do that on occasion, on like a regular basis. Trading got me into learning guitar because you occupied your mind so much, didn't want to overthink your process. That's awesome. I used to play a little bit. I taught myself acoustic.
I wish I knew how to play guitar. That's like guitar and piano are the two
Yeah.
like I wish I knew how to play.
My mom is a classically trained. She always says that, so I have to repeat it. Classically trained piano player, and she taught me piano when I was little, and it gave me so much. I think it gave me so many skills as an adult, like creativity skills that I probably wouldn't have ever have had. One of them, learning how to pick up a guitar and teach myself how to play the guitar.
I tried. Like I was learning, to play the keyboard for a little bit, and there were some songs that I could play on it, but I never got too deep into it to really say that, I could play the piano or the keyboard. It was more so just I memorized some keys on how to play a certain couple songs.
You know what I would want to learn, like if I had time, is I would want to learn basically like some DJ stuff, like putting together like tracks.
Oh yeah, oh dude. That's some of the coolest things, like videos to watch. Just like doom scrolling Instagram or TikTok. You see like those DJ videos and
Yeah.
they're like mixing some crazy stuff. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Never too late, Cooper. I didn't take this trade. It didn't really pull back enough for me to be interested. It did pull back to like 85s there for just a second, but it didn't really give me a good look at it. I can teach you how to be a DJ. Did it for a very long time. Nice.
Drop the course.
Look at the Goldman Sachs CEO. Yeah, that's right.
We are
Don't
coming back down
forget,
to okay.
don't forget, if you get us to 400 likes, I will meow. That's a promise.
Chat. I feel like y'all gotta step it up on that. We need like 160 more.
That's quite a lot.
Yeah. Chat, come on now. 160 likes. We can do it.
Don't let it go to waste. It's your one shot.
We got over 600 people in here. We can do it at
plenty.
130 more.
Yeah, that's plenty. Maybe get this thing down to VPOC. Oof. What's that? 585. I'm on micros, but I think on the normals it's at 585. Right here. Man, that would be that's not a bad target. Let's see what we get up here. This is either going to just be a continuation of this trend, and this little pullback was like the little long to get long at the end of the day. But no, I'm gonna. We'll see if we get these 90s. It's like a mini XYZ dead body setup. Not totally there, but there's something. Pullback and short on a 1 minute chart. Yeah. Joey, can you share a bit about your wisdom on trading micros versus minis?
Yeah, I think that's more so like what season are you in your trading? So I'll give you an example like just on my end, right? For my account that I trade, I went through a season where I was trading, micros, and then, as I grew in profit, I sized up to a mini, and was trading minis instead of micros. And so I think it comes with seasons. I think if you're seeing the account, for me, since I was seeing the market so well, I felt good about sizing up to micros, and I didn't feel any pressure doing it. That's the key there, right? When you're talking about whether trading minis or micros, a lot of people when they trade minis, they'll feel the pressure of the position size and seeing the fluctuation of that P&L. And if you are feeling that, then that is the number one sign to go back to micros and to size down, because you want to be in positions to where you don't feel any pressure. The more pressure you have, the more bad decisions you make. You want to find ways and find levers to pull that get rid of any pressure involved with your trading. And so if you feel that pressure with minis, don't trade them, right? Go down to micros, trade 3 to 5 micros. If you find yourself trading 5 to 6, 7, 8 micros, size down to 3 to 4 micros, right? Size down until you don't feel any pressure at all, and then work on sizing up as you grow and profit, grow and seeing the market clearly, and size up as long as you don't feel pressure doing it. I think that's the key there. At least it was for me. Leo, what about you?
I'm all about flexibility.
Yeah.
The way I execute is I have no problems trading micros, especially with my propensity to want to be able to add to and change my position size on a dime. I don't really, I honestly, I prefer trading micros
Mm-hmm.
because of one, the market I trade is more friendly to that. And the way that I execute from a scaling standpoint, that just works better for me.
Sure.
So that's just my approach. But I'll, if it's slow and dead, I'll just flip on minis and just not scale like at all. I'll just put a
Yeah.
position on and just trade it that way.
I hear that.
Yep.
Also, too, chat, I would say, like, obviously, position size relative to your account size matters, right? Obviously you don't want to risk more than what your account should handle, or can withstand. So that's another side of the coin there. But again, if you have an account size that can tolerate minis and tolerate that kind of risk there, then again, it comes down to how much pressure for me at least, how much pressure you feel in that type of sizing. I want to make sure that I'm not uncomfortable when I trade. That's it for me.
Mm.
If I'm uncomfortable, I'm doing something wrong. And 9 times out of 10, that's probably going to be position sizing.
Yeah. I think as a general rule, people probably oversize.
Yeah.
Just period. Because again, it's like back to the goals. You're trying to rush the process and get to the outcome.
Yeah.
So everyone knows, well, obviously the bigger position you put on, the bigger your gains are going to be, but also that works the other way too.
Sure. And chat, like I mean, dude, I know people with massive accounts that still trade micros, dude. Like they don't even touch minis. Right. And so it's like you can make a lot of money trading micros. I think there is a lot of confusion out there that micros is, too thin of trading, and it's not. Like you can do very well with micros.
Yep, that's absolutely true. The drawback to micros are the commissions and the propensity to start a position with one micro and then you end up in 100. And that's to our conversation earlier in the segment, is you got to go into every trade with a plan. And usually if you're trading, 50, let's say 30 to 40 micros, etc. If you find yourself into a one lot micro, that's probably the beginning of a bad trade, a bad a bad situation.
Yeah.
But I think we've all been there too. Most days the micro book for NQ NGC look healthier than the regular size ones. Well, that's just the market is thicker in MNQ, but on a relative basis, like from an actual you know like financial exposure, it's not. But I know what you're saying for sure.
We're getting closer to algo time.
Yeah, right. It's just a size thing. Real money, it's way more on the regular. Almost algo time already? Holy cow.
I know the sessions feel like it flew by. A lot of good convos in here.
I'm fired up though, man. I am this new PC build. I got to figure out the monitor situation because I do want to refresh the monitors. The current setup is a little long in the tooth there. But I've yet to sort that out.
Yeah, talking about all these PC builds makes me miss my.
Don't you?
Yeah, dude, it does. It does. I had a good PC. I had a 3090 RTX card, and just
You miss it.
I miss it.
Yeah. Time to go back.
It might be. It might be.
The chart looks brighter, Leo. What? I don't know what you mean. My chart looks brighter. A 96 ultra wide.
Oof.
Would that be like a 360-degree view? Probably. my chart looks ashy, like a chalkboard, right?
It's okay. They said yesterday they were talking about my chart looked like it was looking through a dentist office window.
Well,
'Cause
we almost got to 400. We're only 100 likes away from it. So
chat, we got
there'll be
600
no
people in here.
meowing for me today.
Bro, we got 600 people in here. You telling me we can't get 100 more likes, chat? Come on.
Yeah, I will take a look at the higher time frame before the end of the day, Caleb. I didn't know anyone
Attention
liked my
traders,
higher time frame
it's
views.
algo time.
Algo time.
Uh-oh. Let's see what happens.
Oh, now we're 76 away. Come on, chat.
Take your like back, I dare you. See if you get to come back to this stream. There you go. New high of day. 50 algo's really moving.
Yeah, that is. Holy.
Okay,
Moving
higher
and
time
grooving.
frame. Let's look at the higher time frame, Caleb. What I am seeing here is we have inside of this balance range that's auto drawn. This is why I don't know how to draw anything, because everything I have is just automatically done. Okay. Do you see where this high volume node is right here? Look at the corresponding price action inside of it. Pretty choppy. Yeah. We went to one side several times. We're kind of pulled back into it. Yesterday, we ticked last week's high and liquidated all the way back down to the bottom of the range. Now, this has been tested and bought up a lot. So my primary would be to be long above or looking for longs as we're building volume above 730 and looking for this to break out to the upside. That would be kind of my A1, my A thesis, A plan A. Plan B is, and this would kind of have to kind of prove itself first, is that if we get below the 550s, 560s, if we get below this box, then that would flip me pretty bearish inside, looking down into these lows, and then I would look for a break of those lows to get pretty violent to all the way down to last week's low would be the target. AVGO after hours. Inside of here, just kind of choppy, but I think like higher time frame, I'm definitely seeing the long, be just kind of focused on buying dips or getting, looking for longs is kind of the primary trade idea for me.
Well, that algo almost made us a new high on the session.
Didn't get us there. Damn, we'll have to wait for the
Almost.
double down. Double down is in 1 minute. AVGO after the bell. Oh, thanks, Caleb. Appreciate that. That is probably why your screen looks a little lighter as the balance areas. The balance might be copied over to your execution chart. Oh, Jim, on Ninja, it goes right on top of it. There's no copying. I think it's just the color I have for this execution chart is just a little lighter. And you guys are really attacking my color today.
Welcome to my world, bro. That was me. Yes, that was me yesterday.
Leo, it's too chalkboardy. It's a little ashy. Put some lotion on it,
I'm glad you're catching it now and not me.
right?
At least they're leaving Joey alone. Yes, dude. Yesterday was brutal. I was attacked all stream.
It's probably Salma's alt. That's probably right. How did you learn to build a Delta profile in another trading platform we won't mention? I used my skills and made friends with people that are smarter than me, and then convinced them to make something I wanted. That's how I did it. You could use ChatGPT. Brilliant. Hey, Redneck. Thank you for jumping on and watching us.
Appreciate you, Redneck.
You tried to vibe code it, but it's hard. I have a quant. I do have a quant. The quant doesn't do the coding things though. That's the developer. The quant just does the math stuff. Yeah, vibe coding, that would be complex. For several reasons. No one knew high, so guess we're gonna settle down in here somewhere. Both Leo and Joey dropped a boatload of wisdom on the stream today. Thanks, fellas. Thank you. B.
Appreciate
Stafford.
that.
Does your quant know he's your quant? Yes, he does. He actually said he requested that I not refer to him as the quant, but I denied him of that. He's just the quant.
Hey, chat, FYI, bro, y'all need 70 more likes to get to 400. I mean, with 580 people in here, I think we can do it, chat. I'm really counting on you guys.
Dude, you got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes, chat. Can we just all hit the like button at once? You think? What do we think, chat?
Meow.
Do we just stay on stream until we get 400?
No. Time is up. Time is up in 3 minutes. 340. Dang, we're getting close.
Now you got 49 left. I'm telling you, chat. We need
chat.
Y'all can do it, bro. We got a couple more minutes. We need 49 likes, chat. Come on.
You've been helping me out in Discord since like 2021. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you. Do you know the Discord post, like the Discord review? Did you see yours? Like you could get your stats or whatever.
What? Sorry, what was it called? What is it?
Like there's the end of year like review you can get on Discord. I think Farm posted his.
Huh? No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. There's a way to pull like your summary for Discord. And I'm going to tell you guys what my stats are for the year. You're going to laugh. Hang on, let me find it. Okay. Messages. They call it a checkpoint. Discord calls it a checkpoint. 89,000 messages. 89,069 messages. I was in the top 0.34% for messages sent on Discord.
You got to pump it up.
Oh, dang.
Those are some numbers, bro.
Those are some numbers.
That's putting up some numbers.
Yep. Hey, Jim.
Jim.
We do not need any more likes today. We have blown away the numbers from a likes perspective. And I think if we get any more likes, it will disproportionately affect the other streams negatively. So we don't want to give too many more likes out
Chat,
there.
I'm gonna go ahead and just cut them off. We need 33 more likes, chat. Come on now.
Part of the whole we have a whole streamer boy analytics review process
Streamer
committee at
boy?
NinjaTrader. Yes. And we get together at a big oval table and a lot of factors, likes, subscriptions, humor, how you're trading, all this stuff factors in. So I'll let you know, Big Cat, how you're doing as your performance evaluation later on this year. The committee's going to meet. So
Dude, we need 19 more. Come on. We can
Streamer boy,
dude,
we need you.
I believe in you guys.
You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds to get 19 likes. Chat,
10
come on,
seconds.
everybody's hit the like button.
They don't have it. I'm just gonna call it. They don't have it.
Joey's getting a star right now.
That's it.
I'm disappointed, bro.
Bell is up, and there's not 400.
I'm disappointed. Y'all missed it by 15.
395, 385, not bad. You guys did
It's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
All right, we'll report back to the committee. You guys had a great dialogue there about that for sure. We got a little stream here on the live stream. Both Leo and Joey dropped a boatload of trading wisdom on the stream today. Thanks, fellas. That is true.
Appreciate it.
Every once in a while, I try to give something of value.
Well, we appreciate it here on the NinjaTrader Network.
Wait a minute. Dude, should we stay on a little bit longer for the extra 7 likes though?
No, bro. Listen, it's over. We have to do it again.
I still have to do a little bit of a wrap, so don't move a muscle.
I'm not doing a meow, man.
Okay,
time is up.
Chat, before Jim does that, let's go ahead and just drop 5 more likes on the stream.
The time is up. It's 3. It's the bell has been rung.
It's not over.
Okay.
It's never over, Leo.
It's over. It's over.
It's not
3
over.
more, chat. Come on. Who's got the extra likes?
Oh, tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow, we're finishing strong Friday, Capital Preservation Friday with PAX. We have special guest Blake Morrow, Pitzar. We have PAX, of course. And we have a special friend, Mike Beister, who's a numbers guy, a numbers genius, savant, something like that. I don't know. Friend of PAX's. He's going to be on tomorrow morning. Midday markets, XYZ, and trading boxes. So we have a good lineup tomorrow for sure. We're looking forward to finishing strong on Friday. It's not Christmas yet. I just saw a $3.99 print.
We were at 401.
I don't know. The bell already rang. I don't know what you're talking about.
We already hit the 400. We were at 401. Yeah, do it for the stream.
Globex goes another 58 minutes, so I could sit here.
You got to do it.
I don't know. I got to see 400. I only see 398.
This is after hours. This is after hours likes.
NinjaTrader after hours can't get to 400.
That's right. Extended hours, extended trading hour likes right now. We can't get that one. This is pretty bad. Oh wait, maybe
hey, we'll have to try again. We'll have to try again.
There it is.
Right.
400. Yeah, you got to do it.
All right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. You were awesome as usual. Really appreciate you guys being here with us this afternoon.
Meow.
There we go.
There you go.
Stream. Love it.
Got it.
Oh, there we go. Big cat with the roar at 409 now. Look at that flying in. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate that. I appreciate you guys as well. I'm not going to see you tomorrow, but I do want to wish you guys a great, safe, long weekend. Hopefully, you get to relax a little bit with family and friends.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. You as well.
All right, everybody. Well, that's it. We're going to be, tomorrow, strong, 8 a.m. East Coast time. We're going to be doing it. We expect some market movement here. I'm really interested to see what happens to silver tomorrow because it is ripping like I've never seen before. But we'll talk about that in the morning. In the meantime, most important message, as usual, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.